Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the So Nigerian podcast.
Yes, sir.
And if you are new here, Happy New Year. If you have not subscribed, don't worry. We'll get back to that. But today,
this new year, we're carrying King. All of you that are not subscribing, we'll all of you.
Yes.
One by one.
But today, first of all, before we even go far into the episode, we brought the King of Japa. Because this episode is for those of you that are going through teens. When I say teens on teens, we mean teens on teens. Tough times, you know. So we brought an expert to come and tell you how sometimes people see Japa as next level for even personal. You know, couples also see it as, you know, the next level, next phase in their life.
Yeah. But
then as there's good things, there's also bad things in every good thing. So we are here to talk about how Japa relocation is a stressor in Nigerian marriages in general. That's why we brought the King of Japa himself.
I don't know why he's been quiet. Well, maybe he's waiting for us to.
He wants to do his own introduction himself.
Don't be me get podcast now.
You're not very
Don't be me.
He's been very
Sure, you go come person house just begin the.
I've known him for 3 years. I've never seen him this humble. Was
the new look. New look.
Are you shy?
Nah.
If you guys,
where have you ever seen a king that is shy?
Exactly.
No.
If you remember from we've had a Japa episode before. So
Yeah, actually, that was. I think that was our first
ago.
visual. Was it our first visual?
I think one of our first video
One of our first video
yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
So it's back again to come and give you guys some insights and some just open your minds towards how, you know, Japa causes some stressors towards marriage and relationships as a whole. Long distance, so from value changes, from financial changes, culture, everything is here to tell us about
and
that.
he's coming from two angles as a Japa, as the king of Japa, and also as a man imbibed in the word.
That's so.
He's a spiritual father to someone.
That's so.
Before we go on, let's hear from the King of Japa. If he wants to introduce himself, what do you have to tell us?
I mean, it's awesome to be back here. I mean, I've always been a brother of the show. I mean, I really love what you guys do. I love that we get to talk about what is so Nigerian, and it's awesome to be here. Again, I remain Oladipupo Adebowale, King of Japa. And obviously, I enjoy life. You know, I was telling Isaac the other day that people don't even understand what King of Japa means. You know, people assume that maybe it's just the guy who likes to send people abroad, but it's more than that. I believe strongly in that people need to move. And there's a lot of, you know, education, a lot of experiences you get from moving. And now, just like Zeb is going to tell us, there's the big part of relationships and culture and life. And that has been since before our time.
Yeah.
All of us in this room, it will happen after our time. So yeah, it's awesome to be back.
Yeah, I want to say something. It was on this podcast that we coined the name King of Japa. It was actually.
I don't know about that.
Evidence choke.
I don't know. I just can't remember that. So.
Evidence choke.
But yeah, it's awesome to be nice. It's awesome to be back here.
You guys can see that it's just being. It doesn't want to say everything. It doesn't want to say everything that his hands are upon. Or before we go on, we have a tradition. I are bringing it to 2026.
Oh my Jesus! I thought it was going to end.
Isaac loves this tradition.
I don't love it. I thought I was going to end this year.
I know you're King of Japa, but I know you're into music as well.
He's not.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're stressing our guests.
It was
special guest.
He was part of choir briefly in church.
Oh, you don't go back to like primary 4, primary 5. But yeah, you can say that.
I remember he said it on that first episode.
I love music.
So we have a song. It's like a call to action because we have some people that are listening now that they are not subscribed, that they've not commented, they've not joined our WhatsApp channel, they've not followed and rated this podcast 5-star.
All they do is listen and watch.
And they spend all their time on Spotify.
Do you understand? So why you not subscribed? So we have a song he does need to do is say gigi after.
Wow.
Say gigi.
I always like guest reaction when you show them the It's always shocking.
Gigi.
You can see it in the spirit if you decide.
No.
So,
I love football, so I can relate to Gigi.
Nice one.
Gigi.
you can even do your own version.
All right.
So, and I say, have you subscribed?
Gigi.
Have you liked?
Gigi.
Have you commented?
Gigi.
Have you followed?
Gigi.
Have you rated?
Gigi.
Have you commented?
Gigi.
So you guys make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share to your newly wedded couples, newly jackpot couples,
your friends in relationships,
Your friends in
the ones in situationships,
the ones in long distance relationships. So I always just seem to. I've also been on the receiving end of of being somebody that has probably like had a relationship with somebody abroad or maybe like talking stage or something. I've been at that receiving end before.
They
so
try carry Isaac glory. Now Isaac I know see they get those things.
I think it's
2024, 2025, Isaac no get. Isaac get like 8. Yeah, I know. But when I met Isaac, he was in one. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Now Mike different. What's Mike different on that now?
There's a lot
No
of
verse,
so
no
you
verse,
should- let's move on.
No, I'm sorry.
well, essentially, I don't really seem to like understand, because for me, I found it to be easy to navigate at that time. Obviously, like
You're still single now.
I'm still single, but but like
how was it nice to navigate if you're still single?
that's the thing, because there's obviously like difference in dynamics of marriage and just like talking to somebody abroad, So obviously, like I just always wonder why relocation always seems to affect. Because I've read different stories, I've read different.
Your
things.
producer no go give us enough time to go into these things. Yeah.
You
because it's funny as you dey talk am now. I remember saying myself get one long-term relationship for UK that year.
Oh, I think
I've told you story
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah. So say time dates really go into.
No, you have the flow. You have the flow.
You have the flow. You have just let's give them mini version or mini maxi version.
Words of wisdom today. Just get ready.
Okay, so I've come to see in my few years on earth that relationships are focused on a number of things.
Yeah.
And just like we're talking about before the episode started, how Man U is not successful because the parameters need to be clear.
Yeah.
Right? I must also say that Arsenal fans are delusional. The parameters need to be clear.
I will allow you for this
Now,
episode.
we Chelsea fans, we tell ourselves the truth. We can be Agberos or anything, but we tell ourselves the truth.
How do Agberos tell the truth?
Relationships, because they're Agberos.
Agberos don't tell the truth.
See,
Agberos are known for lying.
Fatai under Yaba does not claim to be a guy wearing suit who is responsible. Fatai will drink his Igbo and carry his babe. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Arsenal fans say they are top of the league now and they are the best things in sliced bread. No. You will still revert to the mean, which is what? Second, third, almost. That's who you are.
I'll remind you, me.
Now,
You say this every season, by the way.
Now, that's the
You
truth.
say this every
Do you
season.
understand? When the first episode we recorded, they came second.
No, we're the second last season.
Yeah, the first time we recorded 2 years ago, they came second. Last season, they came second. This season, they will likely come second or third again. But my point is that in every relationship, you must define your parameters. What do I mean? There are lovely ladies here. If I see my ladies in front of me and I'm attracted to them by what I see, once what I see is not there, the relationship will likely fizzle out. So I had this relationship a couple of years ago before I got married. And the relationship was, I've known the person for a while, so it was a friendship. It was good for me when the person had come out of a heartbreak and the person's heartbreak went abroad. So when we started this relationship, not so long after we started talking about going to the UK, which obviously is the story of how I went into this business at some point. Now, her parents could afford it. My mother couldn't afford it. And somebody had promised and failed. So she went to the UK for about a year plus. I couldn't go. We both got admissions. But just like I'm saying now, when we will see each other in Lagos, everything was nice and done. Even if you have fights, once you see each other, you tend to want to make up. Because obviously for the guy, you've seen your babe. She's likely looking very pretty. And usually a good lady is going to take care of you. Now, but when you went to the UK, if you fight, it's the same phone call you have to make to settle or text message.
Yeah.
Right? When there's any issue that you need to see each other, you have to get visa and buy a £500 ticket to get to the UK. And obviously at that time I couldn't afford that. And so usually the parameters that you use to enter a relationship is what determines how the relationship is successful. I know relationships who people have gone into because of maybe business, for instance. And the moment the business wasn't going well, what happens?
The relationship suffers.
No, I even know marriages that have, like, I have an uncle and aunt that I know from like business. Every time their business has issues, they are always out of the house. The woman sends the guy out because she's even more like the breadwinner. So that's another story. So that's what I'm just answering your question. That what happens is that what you enter the relationship with is what sustains it. So if I marry a babe who is a figure 8, and that's what I wanted. The moment she born one pikin and she turned figure 10 or figure 12, the likelihood that I will see her the same way would be different. Now, to go to the word, which is as a believer, if I enter a relationship where we have had conversations, we've done the proper sort of courtship, we have the same shared values. The shared values is what we go to when there are issues. But if when I came to you, it was because you had nice racks or I just liked how you talked or whatever, the moment you don't give me those things, I will be frustrated. And if I'm already into those things, the moment another lady gives me those things, I will pivot.
I mean, but I think those things are just, they're just of the, will I say, surface layer, and I think that one thing that has also happened, I was having this conversation with my dad, and my dad would say, okay, I mean, the first time I gave birth to my older sister, I didn't see her for like first 6 months. It was right later then.
Are you serious?
Because it was at work in Lagos, at that extent. So like one thing that, technology has sort of done has bridged that gap effortlessly. FaceTime, people are always, and that's one thing I realized that time I was talking to somebody abroad. We're always on FaceTime calls in a way that we didn't even feel that. So even in terms of, okay, you're seeing this person in Lagos and then she moves to the UK, you ain't seen her as much and whatsoever. I mean, FaceTime, like what's, I understand maybe physical contact, you can't get that. But like, you're seeing her every day, you're seeing everything. So how does that?
You guys don't tell me to Dr. Phil. My first point was values. To answer this second point that Popsy is talking about, is culture and tradition. In our parents' days, there was really little dating. It was more agreements. And eventually, when they would get married, even when they started doing the dating thing, culture did not allow them to leave marriages per se. It was a taboo. Do you understand? In the same parents' days, the men had free right of way to sleep around. The women couldn't say anything or do anything.
Polygamy was very big
factual.
thing.
In fact, in some parts of a particular place in Ogun State, you need to disvirgin a woman and get her pregnant before you marry her. That's sort of what culture was. So what Popsy is telling you is true. But the moment the Western world fully came to colonize us, when I say colonize us, really colonize our brains with their ideologies, the women feel that if you can sleep around, I can sleep around. People then feel that if they are getting divorced abroad, is a norm. Should be in our law we use marry. I can get divorced. So what Popsy is talking about where he will write letter was because then there was values. That's how they were raised. Values were still very important. Culture was still very important. And culture basically is that as you and Isaac have been way back since CU days, right? And by the way, shout out to CU. But if you do something, does Isaac have the mind to tell you that more arose? What thing you just do not know makes sense?
Yes, sir.
That's what culture does for you. Today, nobody sent you. If anything, your guy go be like, hey, now what your wife do? She said she no get sense. I will continue with you do with me. That's what our generation is. So that answers that second question of why is it that then people would be and then FaceTime. And let's be very factual. FaceTime is still limiting. You said the physical contact. Every relationship tries on physical contact. It doesn't necessarily have to be sex, right? You love to see the person you are with. It makes you happy. If our producer here was going on a date now, the way she's dressed now, how she's going to be dressed. And the moment she gets to her date will be happy to see her looking beautiful. FaceTime cannot do that. Forget all this your Netflix watch party that people are doing and all those. All this. Let's not deceive ourselves. You love to see the thing yourself.
So essentially, like, I just always wonder when people now relocate, either they relocate together or one person goes before another, does it like exposes pre-existing problems or you just bring out new problems?
Nope. It exposes your already pre-existing problems. Because the first two things I answered, value and culture.
Yeah.
What makes you Nigerian and So Nigerian is not what makes you a resident in the UK. In Nigeria, if I wanted to go out with my wife, there is a brother or a sister who can come take care of my children who I trust.
Yeah.
When you go to the UK, you spend how many hundreds of dollars or pounds, depending on the country, to pay a nanny to come and help you. So let's start with the ability to date each other. Where do you want to find the time? I sent you one reel recently where the husband and the wife were meeting in certain locations, pushing the baby. So when the man is leaving night shifts, he's picking up the daughter at the train station. Yeah. And the wife is going to a shift. And he's asking her, everything you cook, anything in the house.
Yeah.
That is sort of the lifestyle they live. Where do you want to find time to even communicate? And you probably get one off day a week. And usually your off day is not my off day.
Yeah, it might not be the same off day.
So the reality is that values also is different. In that place, you are in an office and a lady likes you and she's telling you in the office there that, will you like to sleep with me? It never really reached here for Nigeria. I know that they probably already do it here, but there they are more loose. Here there is a culture of faithfulness.
Yeah. Everybody's even coded.
Even though it's a mirage, and it's coded. But there, you go waka for road, you go to see man and man they kiss. The first time, like my spine begin to shiver. Who won't do that for you? Now 14 years now. So you get there, the values are different. The way you, in fact, then the system is set up, which is probably the third thing. The system is set up in a way that here, you probably feel good to cook. Because it's available to you. There, fast food is so available and so cheap that before you think about cooking, you're already saying, no, let me just order something. Isaac was telling me when I cooked. He can do that because the system here allows him to do that. But when you go abroad, you need to plan it.
Yeah.
Before you work out Five Guys, KFC, Burger King, different, Subway, and you're like, and then you get addicted to those things. So those are the things that sort of, it begins to change everything for you. And then you live here with pre-existing conditions that you did not fix, and then you were not talking here. There is less opportunity to talk there.
So the foundation has to be very strong.
It has to be very strong, and that's values.
But I want to ask, do you think values change?
No.
You don't think values change?
I believe in three C's, like, one of the big ones is character, right? In some settings, we call it champion, your fear of God.
Yeah.
Your value needs to be stemming from somewhere. Just like you introduced me anywhere, as out there as I am, everybody knows I love the Lord. I'm not perfect though, but I am upfront about it.
Yeah.
Nobody would ask me to take alcohol. Nobody would. Do you understand? I'm upfront about it. That value cannot change if you don't live where the value is rooted. So culturally, values can be rooted in family. There are some families that are very tight-knit. Every Sunday there's dinner in daddy's house. That's the value. So whatever stays there, whatever happens there that's what goes.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But if my value is in my Bible is not going to change now wherever I go.
Because it goes with you everywhere. 100%.
So 100%. That's usually what happens. And if your value is money, when there's no money, you'll be fighting. If your value is your, like you said, physical touch and your body, your quality time, when those things are not there, it goes. And so most of the relationships that I've seen that have died in the UK, and I've sent more people to UK and Canada than any other country since I've been doing this business, is because the values were never there. And so when people begin to push, let's japa for the children.
So in your line of work, have you ever had to counsel a couple?
Almost every day. That's what we do. And so that's why I said the King of Japa was not just the business to help people go abroad.
Yeah.
I am obviously more a relationship and a counsel, a person's person, more than the business idea. Because everything about our life is human beings.
Yeah.
Even where we are right now, the building cannot function without the people who are helping us. So you go abroad, right? People will still need to interact. And when a Nigerian goes abroad, one of the things that they usually struggle with is more like loneliness. You don't have your people there.
Yeah.
You still have to revert back to the main. And you revert back usually to people you trust or things you trust. So somebody who is already happy to drink alcohol will largely revert back to alcohol when there's a problem. But if I'm a friend to Isaac, when I have a problem,
Go to Isaac.
I will likely go back to Isaac.
Yeah.
You know, so
I stumbled upon this tweet. He basically just said, "Oh, my friend brought his babe from Nigeria to UK.
that's a bad idea.
Both of them." Why is that a bad idea?
Bro,
Let me finish reading this thing
bro,
first.
let me not go into
So-
this. I can't even do
No,
expose
you have
this
to go.
right now.
No,
But go ahead,
we're going
So
into
he said, my friend brought his babe from Nigeria to UK. Both of them are nurses. He earns £2,700 per month, and she makes £2,300 per month. Their monthly bill is £2,300. He asked her to bring 1,000 while he adds £1,300. Since then, her attitude changed. She's filing for divorce now. Why is it a bad idea for him to bring his babe to the UK in the first
So let me go
place?
to the next thing, and this is probably a subsection of values, is friendship. Any relationship you go into, where, and obviously today people don't even define friendship the right way. People don't understand what
Wait,
the friendship
first-
and acquaintance
okay.
is.
I was looking to ask. So if you move to the UK now, you want to move you're a dating single man
Yeah,
now.
I won't.
You won't.
Nope.
Why?
I have too much experience now. Like for me now, obviously I'm married, I've been doing so many years. I now have too much experience. And I've always been this smart. So I will never commit anything to a woman where there's no clear commitment. And I will not marry a woman who I'm not sure of. So let's answer that.
What if she's like you know you're going to engage her?
That's what I said. Until I marry her, with the things I've seen, the shaky that I've seen.
But even people who bring in like their wives,
they enter
still have the same
wahala.
issues.
Not to talk of babe. See, guys.
But there's the way you feel about somebody like
yeah, you want to be with that person. So it's the same thing. So like long.
Let's not go. As I said, let's not even go to the spiritual angle of things. I know a girl. I don't want to say anything, but I know somebody. Let me give you a very So Nigerian gist.
yeah.
I know a babe who was dating a guy here. She was in love with the boy. The guy disvirgin her and then went abroad and started dating another babe. And I met this babe. She was bitter. So if you don't believe in God, if you believe in life and literature, fine, that's your business. But for me, I think it's a spiritual thing. When I met this babe, I saw that she was very bitter. I could just tell, you can just tell when some people are just always very bitter.
Yeah.
Something they really pinch them. So I became her friend and I started counseling her, and then she opened up to me. And I prayed with her. I said, please, I know what you went through. I cannot fathom it, but please just forgive him. Not too long after the guy reached out to her, he apologized. Long and short, she's now in the UK with the guy and they're married.
Oh, I know this theory.
So, and I don't know, I'm sure, I don't know how many of such stories I can tell you, as young as I am. So trust me, there's a lot of connotations into many things. If I'm dating you, what is the purpose of the dating? I was telling my friend about the purpose-driven book by Frank Warren that most of us grew up. I think you made you read that as well.
Rick
Warren, rather. Some of those books really help form your mind. If you want to make a commitment, a lifelong commitment that is relocating, please marry the person. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not say that we're cohabiting, we're having sex, we're ready. Let's not deceive ourselves. Culture changes people. That's why you see people say when they go abroad, culture shock. It changes people. So now you've brought this babe here. You are now an option. You don't get? Like, you that are my guy. When I've come to the UK, now I have a better life. I'm seeing other Nigerians. Whenever you stress me, if my values are not right, rather than fix things, culture, I'm now seeing, there are many other guys here now. So, as you get job, I get job. That is usually what happens.
I think I slightly disagree with you.
No, that's fine.
because they're obviously like one thing that I hear people abroad say is dating pool is reduced. Because now, obviously, that's where I'm heading somewhere. So dating pool is reduced in the aspect of you obviously want to marry a fellow Nigerian, based on your culture, your values are most likely to be aligned as opposed to somebody else from another country or another race or whatsoever. So now and in some cases, I've had friends that maybe like they've been abroad for like 1 year, 2 years, long distance with their babe, and then maybe she has also had plans. Maybe they've had plans, but they didn't get visa at the same time. And then she eventually, but then he supports, but not entirely bringing her because she also has her own thing. And then they get there and they continue. Now their relationship is even much more better than as it was whilst they were long distance.
Yeah, speaking a story here and I know, but go on.
So they get there. Obviously, I understand that like there are other things like financial dependency, you work, so many other challenges can come into play. Like you mentioned, to culture and values, but there are some that even works better in their favor because now they've conquered Nigeria, as to say. Now they've moved abroad. Yeah, now they moved abroad and they are working things out, and things are working. There are a lot of cases like that.
Yes, I agree.
As opposed to cases.
I agree.
So,
but there's context to what you're saying. You just made two things. One is that they clearly already had a very good relationship here, and was that the girl also had plans. It's different from when the person don't get plan. I say, may I help you? And you and I know we are going for a wedding in February of our guy who is going through the same thing. You understand? They were very close friends here. The Japa was not even in the plan, but we were working on his own Japa. They become very close. When they go there for 1 year, they were still friends, but they were not dating. Because when you also go there, life is crazy. You're trying to even adjust. Our guy was in one city trying to figure out himself. She was in another city. And when they were both ending their school, we started talking to him. I'm like, oh, my Alpha, what's happening? Say, man, the babe don't talk, but blah, 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 blah. We encouraged him to realize that, you went to a different country. She needed to focus on school and her life. You needed to do the same. Now they are getting married in a couple of weeks. So trust me, the critical points that I raised is what can make that survive. One, friendship. This our guy and this babe were, my guy go leave us on mainland, we won't play ball, he go island. They were very good friends. They weren't even dating. They liked each other, but they were now they're marrying. So that context is clear. But say, I want help this madam now. Say, may she come abroad. We never be friends. We never get shared values.
Well, people are dating in a relationship. So
that's another episode on its own, because what are the values? When you are in a relationship and you're just hooking up or you're cohabiting, it's a completely different value from if we are friends and like we are friends. See, I tell people, this guy sang this song and I don't listen to that kind of song, but he sang a very, very perfect song. It's lonely at the top. I got to the top at a very young age. It is very lonely. I make an intentional effort to have relationships with people. So people wonder how Isaac and I are close. It's because he's very genuine to me. Like, he doesn't bullshit. Most of my friends, one of the people I'm close to, even in the office, the other person that they know I'm close to, when somebody doesn't bullshit you and you're very, very wealthy, that feels very, very safe. When you get to the top, everybody wants something from you. So when you are abroad, already your antenna is up. Everybody wants something from you. I also have customers abroad who bring a lot of their family members from here.
Yeah.
Everybody is collecting from you. You don't even have one genuine friendship.
Parasitic. It's parasitic.
You know? So that's the reality. So if you don't really plan for these things and you're not honest with yourself. So as I am like this, when people come to me, once they ask me for money, I already have a budget of money that I know I can give. And I know when I say, I'm sorry, I don't have money. I will not be lying to you. There's no money because everybody's asking me for money.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you don't really invest in friendships and relationships, whether you're doing marriage or you're doing business or you're raising a family, it will not work. And let's even go into Nigeria's current problem, because our senators this week were shouting about tickets and then removing
they're just realizing
well, sorry, let's even say, for context, they fought all through December about the president removing their policemen and then air tickets being very high. These same people have been cashing out in that same Senate. They are not even doing it for themselves, so they were complaining about it for themselves. That business class was 500,000.
It's not for the people.
You that we put there that did not take care of us, you are now complaining when they don't touch you. Because if they remove your security, that means that you are vulnerable.
Yeah.
When we were burying our dead, the whole North Central has been burying their dead for almost 10 years now. Now, not do anything. Do you understand how things are? So the relationships are very, very critical to. They were supposed to have constituency relationships with their constituents to protect their people. So you go into any relationship, most young people will never ever be honest with themselves. I don't know if I can call the ladies here. If I like this lady that is across me, if I don't tell her that, Omo, I only like you because of your figure, the relationship is not going to last. Because her expectation is going to be different. Because likelihood is that if I like her, the way I'm magnanimous as I am like this, I'll buy her gifts. If gifts is her love language, she will fall in love because of the gifts. Tomorrow, when she realizes why I really like her and I stop buying her gifts, she will not be happy.
True.
So if you have people who have broken up with their partners, if they're honest to tell you, they will tell you that is what happened.
I actually even have a scenario like that. So, a friend of mine, her uncle is in the UK, and the guy is doing pretty well, but he's looking for a partner over here. He doesn't want to marry a Nigerian there. So she introduced him to a friend, and that one. So the guy did not just will I say love is blind, like, because everybody could see that this relationship was very not good. So like, she was always taking. Literally, they've never seen before. Everything is online. He got her an apartment.
Hi.
He got her an iPhone 16. No, he got her a Samsung, one of his flagship Samsung phones. Did a couple of things for her. Then
and she go there and that guy go the knock him.
She was, but the thing is, she wouldn't like. The guy knew, like, he used to tell my friend that he knows that she doesn't like him that way. Do you understand? But he's doing this thing so that she can like him. Do you get? And the goal is for him to bring her over there. So it was one small thing that made him wake up. So when he got out that, I think it was a flip or something, the Samsung phone, it was not even up to 2 weeks. He now got an iPhone 17, and she was like, she wants that iPhone 17.
I'm happy like, that kind of small thing I even make your eye open.
And then he's like, "Boy, I just got you this and this," and then she started sparking and everything. And then she was not like, she's not coming to, because they're already working on how coming to school over there, and she's like, she's not coming, that he's selfish, he's stingy, blah blah. And so he was not telling my friend, like, so imagine he brings her
entitlement mentality, he go deal with you.
Imagine he brings her over there with all these things.
See, stories choke. There's a wedding that just went on a couple of weeks ago here in Nigeria, and let me tell you the reason why people want to marry from here. Because as much as we hate our country, every Nigerian goes abroad, we prefer our values and our country, and we also know that we'll forever be second class wherever we go. The Canadian man will never see you as an equal. If you like, buy all his land, eventually policy would again come and they will take it back from you.
Yeah.
I have a wedding happened about 2 months ago, or a month ago. She's dating a guy. She likes the guy as a friend. The guy is a good guy, right? But the guy didn't want to sleep with her one. The guy wanted to do everything honest and good by her. A couple of weeks before the wedding, somebody reached out to the guy to say that, your girl is fucking this guy.
Ha.
She apologized. They still got married.
Azal.
I don't know how many times and I don't know how many things like that go on, both in this Nigeria and abroad. Let's be very, very, very truthful and honest to ourselves, because that's what usually is lacking in any relationship.
I mean, but
that's usually what is lacking.
I mean,
because girls, usually your producer will tell you she wants a guy that is her friend, but she also wants a guy that will treat her as a woman.
But some of these men are doing their own
producer,
thing.
am I lying?
I mean, but some of these men are also doing their own things. So.
Well, true. That's normal, because they will say that men are wild. But I'm telling you, as a young man who I still be good man, and I love God, but I'm also a human being.
Because
we tell ourselves a lot of lies.
Because you hear some of these men are like, okay, different scenarios. Like some of these men, they will say, I don't date UK, US for 2 years. But before I would now. Do you understand?
No, that's normal. But when you enter the relationship, does your value change? It's one thing for you that when you were you were there alone, you were sleeping around. But when you enter the commitment.
Yeah, but like similarly to the cases of the women, eventually they slept with somebody else, somebody else is, some of these men too, like they will even say, make other races, and they'll be in the commentary. What they'll say, I have a wife back at home.
So let's also be very factual about the first thing I said inside the episode is also values.
Yeah.
If I already like having sex and I like having sex randomly, the chances that I will stop is very low. Yeah. But that's not an episode for today. Let's also be very factual. We are men.
True.
If I like doing something,
same thing applies. Same thing applies for the women back home as well.
So if I'm dating you and we are pretending, maybe I'm saying I like sex, the woman is not saying, no, me, I'm a good girl, I don't like sex. That will cause problem. Because tomorrow, when you find out that she's actually the second coming of, I won't say the name, then you are disappointed. Whereas we could have settled that disappointment from the beginning. You like her, I like her more. And then you can actually form a friendship out of that even sets like healthy boundaries. Because the usual thing that happens is that, and again, we're going into something else, but if you're going to date a person, you will talk about these things. You will know your patterns, right? When I know my patterns, me and my partner have a common understanding of what the patterns are.
Yeah.
So we already become friends. Because when I see you going through that pattern, I can say, oh boy, you did go through. Do you understand? So if, for instance, now you and if Isaac has a babe and the babe knows how close you people are, and maybe she met you guys in a party in your house, Isaac can say, I did go party for Aro's house. What do you think she's going to say? Nobody place where you pick me up with that. But if you are honest enough, you say, I'm going to this same party. Either will you like to follow me, or I'm just going because of Aros. There's a level of trust. That's why I said it's a complete different.
Yeah.
The lack of honesty and communication in a relationship is why everything actually breaks down, which is the next point. Because you go abroad, let's agree from here. And I'm not looking to plug my business, but let's be very factual. If you get the proper counseling, before you leave here, you will know if you have a problem. People wonder, and I say, Dipo, you could be making much money than you are making. I want to make more impact.
Sorry to cut you short. I remembered a particular couple that we were trying to send. I mean, we did send them anyways. So the guy didn't want to. I think it was during one of our sessions that she found out how much he actually earns. He had already told her a particular amount. So the visa specialist was asking, like, oh, Mr. Susan, so like, how far are you this thing? The guy was out trying to like...
In the dry code.
He was trying to code. The wife now omitted. I was like, Mr. This thing, answer the question now. And like, you could tell like the energy to the end of that meeting just shifted. I know that after that call, the conversation they would have had at home would have been very
that even that brings me just like that twist, just like that twist that we're reading as okay, actually they know what each other, man and woman, and obviously the guy earns 2,700, she earns 1,300 pounds. I always just wonder, like, is financial dependency, like, is it much more a thing of in Nigeria than in abroad? And is that one of the things that
so here, for instance, now before I got married, I told my wife I didn't want her to work, not because
funds.
I wanted to make her less of a person because she was working, but because I felt that the idea of raising children was much more work than anything I was doing. Luckily for me, she also said the same thing. It wasn't like I imposed it on her. Today, we have 3 children. She does more work than I can imagine. I travel. I don't know how many places I don't know how many flights I'm sure I've taken almost 100 flights this year. So, I don't know how sometimes she does it. So now imagine my wife asks me for money now. I will not say no. Me that I'm already Mr. Magnanimous. She has a wedding in December with one of her closest friends. She don't already put bill for my head. I would even give her more money than she asked for. Again, you are taking me to the UK. You are in the UK. Begin to tell me, when you come here, this is kind of job you go get to. Now, so we dey pay bills, you go feed do am. Now, you won't ask that kind of question that way because person feed us say yes because you won't bring am. You go set them up. That's why I said you will first be committed to the person and marry the person. No be say you did date the person because say, I want to bring you to the UK. And let's also be factual. You know, we guys become very silly. Once woman don't twist our head, you get everything she dey give us for room. That kind of thing they make guys bring their babes come UK. Let's be very factual now. Let's be very factual. So here, the financial responsibility is usually on men. First as a culture and as a sense of responsibility. There, the system does not support it. I was talking to my friend yesterday and she was saying, why is that abroad? People can't, people get their houses taken. I was trying to explain the mortgage system because there, everything is credit. Their system is credit. Here, there is credit, but we don't want to trust the credit. And 2, now people for here, I know they collect 100 million naira loan, they and buy a house and car, nobody chase them. You can't go, they claim mental health, say the business no go on. They don't already cook the books. There, the system will catch you. So, you are leaving to go abroad. Financial dependency and credit system is what works there. Here, financial responsibility of men and who know who, now they work for here. If you don't do proper counseling, you go enter wahala. This is where I plug my business out, but Google me. Google me. I don't really understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get.
So it's not enough for people to come and be complaining when you did not do something. And that's why, again, the only scripture I'll quote here, my Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? You enter a relationship, now no talk, you no plan. You go abroad, you no plan. While Yawa Congas, you can't go on Twitter, they tweet say, women
My
are
wife left
scum.
me.
My men, I beg you. Let's pack. Shout out to the Nigerian and the UK community because we've lost many people in 2025.
Yeah, because I feel like
every week we dey mourn people because the man they do 3 jobs to make one woman satisfied. Or in they do 4 jobs, in get 2 children, in no count the cost. You can't go on stupid travel agent. You go say, okay, no worry, we go package them for you, go do proof of fund. Now they die. The children don't get anything for there. You don't sell everything for here. And to bury person for there expensive.
Like,
we're gonna do GoFundMe to bring body back. See, let me not even go into
I actually know I know a family that they didn't even go up to a year. Literally, so the guy works here and they guide for a year, like no cap, like they guide. So the guy puts money together, sent his wife and kids there. While as the wife reached there, she don't tell him say this. The guy not even she was just from what people say. If I
come back,
say,
be honest with yourself. We they come back.
Come
There's
back
peace here.
Straight.
When I was traveling a couple of months ago, I met a babe in Doha or in Dubai. I can't remember. She was going to Australia, so we became friends. It was Doha because I remember that. So we had to sleep overnight. So the flights got delayed.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you come and do in Nigeria? It's not your dirty time. She was like, oh, she came to get married. And I sat down and I heard her story. She's going to come on my podcast when she comes to Nigeria. I was impressed. Her family has it like they already, there's something that the Igbos do. Them and their community are like this.
Yeah.
So in Australia, they already have people there. Her partner is here. They've already known each other. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So her brother brought her there. She don't already get job. She don't come marry. Now, my initial premise, apply for those kind of tradition. Why? Because for my own life, I never hear about Igbo divorce. Maybe I go here today. All my own Igbo friends are traditional. I've never heard anything like divorce. If anything, the average Igbo man, they over pamper in family. My point is that what I also said may not apply for tradition and culture for us here.
Yeah.
If you leave good there now, they feel good divorce for there.
Yeah.
You understand? And that happens. Now the guy go Australia. Issue fee sup. She fit talk one day, say, is it not me that brought you to Australia?
Yeah.
And say women, our ego they very fragile. All of a sudden, Ingo they feel insecure. Say, Shina, because I married this babe, now she they follow me talk like that. Do you understand my thinking?
Yeah.
Those are the things that happen. And without proper planning, you will have issues. So let me talk to the ladies. You are a responsible lady. Before you enter any situation or relationship about going abroad, have these honest conversations. Because like we were talking about it when we were coming here, the average woman wants to be led. Now, when you don't allow woman, when you don't take care of a woman, is when you see a woman usually comfortable in that position. Right?
Yeah.
To now let go of that position is very hard. The hardest babes that I've dated in my life were the ones that were working in the bank, KPMG, because, in fact, that time I didn't even have money, they had money. And so it was one of two things. Is that they didn't respect you, and that's the number one thing a man needs to survive. Not in the way people think, because today feminists want to carry and go and that way, and that's a bit that one. The second thing is that I'm on the come up. You already have a job where you're earning 500k as an entry-level graduate. And we could have both gotten the job, but I said I wanted to hustle first. The baby will call to put you under pressure. We're already 20 this now. When we marry, why don't you just get a job? Now, 10 years, 15 years down the line, see where I am.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure wherever those people are today, well, if you didn't, they didn't. Do you get my? Do you get my?
You spoke about respect, and so I see tweets about guys saying, like, so when guys say, oh, don't bring your babe over if you're a man living in the UK, they will say, oh, she will change, she will start calling you names.
She won't change. You don't see her. You don't see the real person. She won't change. You don't see the real person.
So it's the same thing as the values.
Yeah.
So it's, but I mean, there are situations where like she's respectful. here. So what happens?
And their
over
friends,
there?
and their friends, everything like the foundation was settled.
Yeah.
No. If you were friends, as I said, that people don't understand what friendship is. Isaac can tell people today the things that make me happy. Most people don't know what friendship is. As much as I talk for a living, people who know me know that when I'm not working, I want to be alone. I just want to watch maybe football. I just want to watch a comedy. I want to run around with my children. And that's all. Most of my friends would think that Deepo works till 2 a.m., Deepo is successful, and this is who Deepo is. That's a mirage. That's a misconception. That's what you are seeing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So a real friend, you already know who the person is. So when you are going to a place, I can tell Isaac that Omo, we they go this place. So let me give you an example. If I know that Isaac likes food, for instance, and I'm going to somebody's house who I know they serve very good food, I go to pinch and say, guy, now only one course you go chop. I beg, no embarrass me. It sounds like a funny joke, but now because now my guy, I feel talk him to ram. So that he no go embarrass me when we reach there.
So you tell them what you do.
Not true, because we dey go VGs, thank you for that. We dey go one person house now. No,
Chop too much.
no chop for guy house too much. But that's just how it is. And so no, Japa is not killing people's dreams. The reality is that we, the people, have to plan properly. I always say that going abroad or Japa or immigration is like Planned Parenthood. Right? If you don't plan to be successful as a parent, you are going to fail. And you are basically planning to fail. Yes, today people have one night stands and possibly get pregnant. That one wasn't planned. But like before, usually you will plan to have a child.
Yeah.
You will plan to have a house. You will plan to have a good partner. Nobody actually wants to marry a bad partner. Let's also be very factual. Nobody wants to be fighting every day. By the time you plan all those plans, right? You now plan, okay, what resources are we going to use to survive as two? And then when you're bringing in one child, which is another thing that people pray about, because if you go get born twins, you were planning for one child.
Yeah, at that time.
So then you go through the process of conception. Then you have 9 months. That's what Japa really is. Before you go Australia, you go Canada, you go UK, you go US, what is happening there? What is the policies? What city am I going to? What is the shift? What kind of culture will I meet there? What's the community about, right? Then, most importantly, do I know our rules? This person I did go with, do I really know this person? When we reach there, ain't good change.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's not just about finding schools and wanting to get your visa.
Much more than
So essentially, it's more so about how planning is basically the black backbone.
Yes.
Planning is basically the backbone.
And it's not just schools, because people go to UK for like this global talent thing. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not just, they don't do that. They're not saying in schools. No. You need to plan.
Another thing that, it took me back to that tweet that we saw in terms of like financial dependency. Obviously, like they must have had an agreement because both of them are nurses, both of them are working, they're both, they have financial power at the end of the day. But then just on the basis of, the guy is earning more, so he's adding more to the rent and she is adding to the rent. But obviously he said, the tweets, obviously without full context of their relationship.
Story, exactly. It may be more than that self.
Do you understand? So obviously she says her attitude has changed when he started asking her to add to the rent.
Because when she was here, he was the one giving her everything. As your producer is here, she's working, she's collecting salary. If she's dating a guy that's giving her money, she'll be happy. The moment the money stops, she will first ask the question, why? She may not see it as disrespect though, but the first question that her mind will tell her, why? Stop giving me money.
Because she's used to it.
She's used to it.
But you feel like some of them that's the thing, like I feel like some of these wives, they would understand that we're in another country.
Understanding is a factor of value. One name. Understanding, it stems from who trained you. Did you see your mother have understanding? If your mother was impatient, the likelihood is that you are going to be impatient.
I think conversation too would also help in that situation. If the guy
You can't have
communicating before she
exactly.
You people
You need to
relocate
learn.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this same Nigeria, that's another problem that we usually have. Let's also be very factual. Thank you for saying this. The biggest problem that does not translate, because I don't know if we have time to go into what does not translate in Japa. Nigerians and Africans or Africa, our biggest problem, they don't translate abroad. Growing up, How many times did you see your parents communicate well? I'll wait.
A number of times.
When you go abroad, the number one tool you need after value is communication. In fact, you can't even survive in an office without communicating well.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Here, people fear people too much to even say, Isaac cannot even call me out. He will say I'm his boss. That I'm Sadipo, but I'm sorry, you didn't communicate this thing clearly. He can think that I will sack him. Abroad, a low-level staff will tell his CEO that, sorry, sir, on so and so day, you did not state this clearly. If he does anything to her, she will sue him and they will give her millions. That system does not translate. That's the other matter. It doesn't translate. So one of the things that does not translate is your values don't translate. So if you don't have shared values, the person that you're going to meet is going to likely inculcate another culture. But if I have shared values where I will go in together with the value, do you understand?
Yeah.
Here is unsafe to be out after 9 because of the things that go on, right? There is a norm. You know you are safe. In fact, the moment you enter the country, you feel safe. Even though that one too can be a mirage, because when I started traveling abroad, I realized that from they tell me as at the end, I say, oh, did they pickpocket or they hold your stuff?
Yeah.
So it's not like you won't find those things. But the most serious and egregious things, I won't go abroad. I've never felt, and I've walked out in Europe, US, everywhere now, Asia, at night. I've never felt unsafe. I've been out in China at 1, 2 a.m. on a scooter. I didn't feel unsafe. Do you understand? Here, that does not translate.
No, that is them, but I'll be outside 1, 2 a.m. Don't worry. Remember, once I get my mopo,
My brothers came from the US a couple of years ago. This family that took care of me, you know them now.
Yeah.
Popsy called me. He said, your aburos have come. They said they want to go and watch the video. I carry jeep. We book hotel. Me, I did hotel, they watch film. Because I know I dropped them for the video and we see about 2 straight days to secure them. Because their papa not sure say security. And my children, they go back to US.
Yeah.
If now abroad they go do that concert, who go even know?
Yeah.
So those things don't translate, and that's usually our biggest problem.
One thing that I want to say is obviously like we've been speaking in context of we obviously like there are situations. I think I read somewhere, or I don't know if I heard somebody's story, or back to the Australian one of the lady
Guys, yeah, she's already working there.
she's already working there and everything, and so she helps in bringing the guy over there and everything. What are the problems that are most likely to occur, especially from in that situation, in that space?
He's probably established here. Either has a job or a business. He's going abroad to start over. That's another thing that that's the another deluge that we have here, is that you're a manager here or a GM here. When you go there, you're probably going back 5 steps because your system does not translate.
Yeah.
The quality of your work does not translate. Do you understand? So when he's going there, he's going to go and hustle a job.
Yeah.
He may have been successful here, earning $1 million a month and was fine. There, he's going to earn pennies on the dollars based on their minimum wage. And if I remember well, the babe was working in some company where they do shifts. So it's not like she too was established there. All that has happened is that she's in school there, she understands the system. So the first thing as a man is that if you are living here to go there, understand that your successes here will not translate. You will need to work hard for it to translate. You will need to rebuild.
You're basically starting from scratch.
Exactly. Except you have a community or a network.
Yeah.
And some of us have those friends, except you have that network of people who would help you. Like, they will give you that soft landing. Come and live in my house. There's a position in this organization, so as you're coming, you already have a job. Those things are the things that would help you to settle down faster. Because when you are abroad, you are doing basically the same thing.
Yeah.
If you are somebody like me, what do? I work Monday to Saturday. I go to church on Sunday. In the evenings, I either will spend time with my family, watch football, or hang out here and there. But the average African goes abroad. He's probably going to school for 6 hours to 8 hours a day. He's working for 6 to 8 hours a day. He's trying to get 4 hours sleep. Family here needs money. Trying to maintain a relationship. And he's being, should I say, vilified. Racism won't kill him. So his mental health is in shambles. So if you don't have values, you go there, somebody's telling you look like a monkey, you're depressed. And here you didn't even know what depression was. You didn't realize that the day Dami spoke to you anyhow and you were feeling sad and you were wondering about marriage, you didn't realize that it was your mental health, that something was not just going on well with you.
Yeah.
Like me now, I already know the things and they know in the office. I already know the things that make me unhappy. So if I've not eaten, I can be very, very unhappy. Not because I'm a foodie, but because the likelihood is that my energy level is low. My brain is processing things at a very high rate and it does not have the energy to do it. But the moment I eat, I feel alive again. So the worst time to catch me is when I'm cranky and I've not eaten. But most people don't know that about themselves. They don't understand that science. People just assume that, no, this person is, no, something happened to the person.
Yeah.
Like in my organization now, we have something called period leave. Women can take 2-3 days off without asking any question. It's not our business. Because we understand the discomfort
That comes
with that period of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, as we round up, I want him to plug in what he does. Because he's been saying organization.
Today I do a lot of things.
Because I need him to plug in his organization, because like he has said, moving abroad, especially with family, is not something you just go, and it's a process. You have to plan towards it. You don't want to have
I
issues.
think one thing he emphasized the most was counseling, man.
Yeah, like you need to
counseling, planning.
Because even my experience working like in the same organization, like that is in these sessions that people even realize things about their partners.
How many people do we know that didn't go through with it for a year because they need to go back and plan?
Yeah.
These are our last couple, the ones that just got married a couple of weeks ago, that just got a visa like last month.
Yeah.
What happened? This is the second relationship. I know she's in her third. She finally married this guy, right? Funny story.
You always trying to jack up with him.
No. But she tried to jack up with she was considering with the last guy. Right? Now, I met her 6 years ago.
Yeah.
She was probably single at the time or dating somebody. She's been trying to go to Canada for 6 years. She's just going now. She calls me her brother today because I cancelled her. She wanted to go to the best school. She's very brilliant. And then there was a time last year she was dating a guy and she was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then she got married and now they're going to Canada.
Very serious couple. I like them. I really like that.
I really like the girl. She get home training.
Yeah. I mean, even the guy, very chill. I met them.
So they're going together?
Yeah, they're going together. I mean, very seamless.
Very seamless. And it's that's what happens when you work with Leeway Education. I just have to plug it. So yeah, King of Japa for a reason. I have these brands called the Leeway Education, Japa Partners, and I love helping people that want to be helped. That's my new motto now. Don't come to me because you think you have money. And don't come to me if you have very interesting ideas about how you want to go abroad. I want to help people who want to help themselves. That's the reality. That's where I've got it to. Because the reality is that when you've done something for so long, you already know I can start over every transaction knowing how it's going to end.
Yeah.
I tell my customers when we do cancer, I say, if it's not going to work, I'll give you a percentage chance. And more often than not, I'm correct. Or the ones that would hit, they will hide something from you. You will now be finding out when you've already
submitted the visa.
Or when they've rejected the visa. They say, I didn't know it was important now. They banned me, but it was 5 years ago. With me and my friend.
There was a particular one that even pissed me off. I think earlier in the year, it was about she didn't disclose that she was previously married, and the guy was over there already doing crazy stuff. So he didn't even want to be identified. So they didn't want his name on the application at all. Do you understand? So like it's all these conversations. You need to have these conversations with your partners. You need to have these conversations with your family and say, okay, this is where we're going to.
Look.
When I found my baby, I'm ready to.
Oh God! You've been saying this in family years.
I'll come to King of Japa. So me and my
Rose, you and I know that you don't live in Nigeria. Yeah. Some of us are shit soft. We like Nigeria.
Because it's so Canadian podcast.
No. Well.
Anyways, we have before we go, we have this section. A new segment on the podcast. It's called How Nigerian Are You?
Yeah.
So it's very fast. I already know some of these questions for you, some of the answers for these things for you.
If we just go marry each other.
No, my guy.
I'm going to look for trouble in this segment. I will go on.
Okay, so
You don't tell why I laugh.
tea or coffee?
None. Milo.
How? Tea or coffee? No, you have to give it.
No, I'm a coffee.
One of your favorite places in Lagos is
I know. Yeah.
coffee shop. So
I'm becoming a coffee guy now.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
And that's largely because I work a lot, so sometimes you need to pick me up. But I don't take it as often.
as you can they complete your sentences.
Okay, no, guys.
No, but you work together. That's how you go for meetings.
yeah, you was one hour.
Yeah. But so let me tell you why that was not complete. I think I should have added beverage because I actually am a Milo guy. That's why I said. Yeah. Oh no, you guys can cut that out.
No,
I'm a beverage guy.
Dami doesn't know that tea is Milo is a beverage. He thinks Milo is tea.
So I'm a beverage guy. So when I travel abroad, or if the weather, depending on the weather, then I'll take coffee because I like iced coffee and stuff. But yeah, I'm more a beverage guy.
Jollof rice or fried rice?
Amala. I told you I was going to mess up your segment.
Please don't.
Those are questions that you're asking me. Say jollof.
Oh yeah,
Jollof rice and dodo.
This one we'll fix it now or we'll fix it later in marriage concept.
I like peace. Sometimes I like to think about the problem first before I go and fix it. More often than not, and let me use a baseball analogy. A lot of us are hit and miss. So everybody wants to do the thing. Nah. You know, everybody. And you know already, the woman they express her emotion. Nah. Then the man too, either his ego now kicking. Himself won't begin to express. No. Me and me go and think about it. Some issues with me and my wife don't talk about a couple of days ago. Now like next week, me and I'm going to address them. Yes, now. And by that time, I go don't give her money. I go don't shower her. She feel they do her medicure or pedicure. I'll come bring them up. Say, you know that thing of last. So this is what I think. It will give you peace of mind. Every time me and my wife have a conversation where I now want to begin to argue, I'm the one that always ends up apologizing. I'm the one that is unhappy. Yes, now because when if you're unhappy with your wife and you're not talking to her, like these are the things that likely will happen. You will not tell her you want to eat. Or you will not take her food. Then she's playing with the children. And the children want to probably play with the two people together. But because you're upset, she needs my wife cannot listen to this podcast.
I'll personally say it.
Because you're upset. Once I enter, I could just go room. So you know go get peace of mind. So me, I don't learn. I get some years of experience. So once she dey vex about something, I say, sorry, I'll address the matter later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so last one, Japa single or Japa?
The episode will tell you. Now, watch the episode to find out. Watch the episode to find out. But I'll tell you. Let me end on this note. I tell people, you're below 20 Japa single, and you can go anywhere because the world is your oyster. You can figure things out. Is it that you went on a scholarship or your parents have a lot of money, so you figure it out? Go to any country, that's fine. Between 20 and 30, go with a plan. You can go single, you can go with a partner, but go with a plan. And this our person is a good example. Once you are above 30, please go together.
Are you serious?
Yeah. In fact, let me drop this stat here. Right now, a particular country that is the best country everybody wants to go to now begins to deny people at a higher than 80% click once you're about 32, 33.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know, I was in Spain earlier this year. And was it Spain? And I was telling my friend that, why is it that these Asians, I'm seeing a lot of young Asians and a lot of old Asians, the opportunity for them to travel at that age, either because they've lived their life so well and they can go at their end, or their system just works and they can go when they are very young, it helps open your mind. So I made friends with one of them who is a teacher in China. I told you, right? Yeah. She's not earning a salary that is so fantastic. Crazy, yeah. But her system allowed her to school in Imperial College London. She's back in China teaching. And she travels 2-3 times a year. That opens your mind like poof. In fact, if I'm the president, I'll have a fund just for selecting some good young minds and just allowing them to go abroad for just 1 week or 2 weeks. The same way, our country spends billions on Israel and Mecca, which I think we can slash that and allow your young people just get exposure. It completely changes your mind. Yeah. Let them stay in the Nigerian embassy there, hold their passports. So if you don't think so that they will not run away. But take them abroad. It will completely change your mind. If you didn't do.
Last one before you end. I always wonder this one, like family meeting or marriage counseling.
Guys, if you don't listen to me about anything, listen to me. Never involve your family in any of your problems. Go find a counselor. Always find a neutral party. Always find somebody who can tell you the truth.
So don't listen to Olori.
So no Olori, no
leave
Big Daddy.
See, Olori Ebi's position died the day you got married. If he's married or whatever, don't always find like the same person that counsels me for marriage, counsels me for business. He's very successful, so he's my disciple. He guides me in everything. In fact, I've never gone to him with any problem that I had with my wife, and he will take my side. Find people who will tell you the truth. It helps you to go far. So please, dead family meetings. Those things died in the old millennium. We're in 2000 and something. We're in a new millennium. Dead family meetings, please.
All right,
guys. King of Japa, thank you so much for coming on.
Follow him,
King of Japa. King of Japa.
Link down below.
But guys, have a blessed 2026. Please don't make the same mistakes that people that we're talking about have made. Though.
Yeah.
Send him a DM.
Like there are some that are even so personal to me that I can't even say here. They are sort of. Do you know how many marriages that I told my friends not to go into? The ones that went into it, that we are today, we're patching it up.
I wrote better.
And the ones that didn't go, who are happy now.
I wrote better seek counseling.
Before you go into seek wisdom, in 2026, don't do something because you like it, or don't do something because it looks sweet.
It looks interesting.
Because it's tingling your stomach.
Butterfly in the tummy.
The butterfly will die.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys for having me.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you follow KOJ. Link. We're going to put the Instagram link, everything down below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you share to your newly married couples or soon to be.
And drag me. I'm here for it. Drag me. Those of you that don't know anything that will think you're dragging to make anything. But drag me and tag me. And then go to my own podcast and you'll hear the gist.
Active. All right, guys.
See you guys next week. Peace out.